and a team not only defensively that's strong, but also can bring the ball out of the back and bring these midfielders into play. And N'Golo Kante, we can't talk enough about how good he's been, but we have to talk about Alonso and Moses, who've come in this team and surprised everyone with how confident they've been those wing-back positions. He's been rotating the side a little bit in one area, though, and it's because Pedro and Willian have been performing so well. He's giving them each opportunities and rotating them a little bit, and Diego Costa continues his good performances, tied for most goals in the Premier League with 15.
A reminder of the Arsenal lineup, Robbie.
Yeah, former Chelsea guy, Petr Cech, still in good form, 7 clean sheets for him this season. Ahead of him, a back line that's changed. Right back is different. Hector Bellerin has to be in the side. He's back in at right back. Mustafi will have to try and deal with Diego Costa's aggressive tactics up front. The midfield, too, very important role, particularly for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. We talked about him a little bit alongside Francis Coquelin, but I feel it's a day for these three. These three players that can be inconsistent, but they can be very effective for Arsenal Football Club, particularly Theo Walcott on the right-hand side. He needs to have a big game today if Arsenal to get anything from this game. You kind of know what you're going to get from Alexis. Very quick, very dynamic, and he will be a problem for those Chelsea defenders.
Thank you, gentlemen. Time now for our Subway.
Securing Champions League qualification for next season out of another title race. But their 3-0 win over the Blues at the Emirates since players, with the high press is on at the moment. And Mesut Ozil is here, having dispossessed David Luiz. Here's Iwobi, who's on the score sheet. Opens up for a shot, takes a deflection, and it wasn't far wide. And it's the game's first corner. And Arsenal almost drawing first blood. Confusion at the back for Chelsea.
Yeah, playing it out from the back. Courtois taking a big chance, trying to get it back to Luiz. And Arsenal pounce on it, and this is a decent effort from Iwobi. Just drops his shoulder, takes a little deflection.
What a pivotal moment in the title race that could prove to be. Cahill's at the back post. It was a free header. It was over his head in the end.
No, Arsenal defence seems just to watch the ball. Cahill, it's a good run in from the far post. Should be picked up.
Moses. Pedro. Making a run to the near post is Hazard. It's over his head towards Costa with the header. And it's still in play. Alonso is there. Chelsea take the lead. Fabulous play. Petr Cech, maybe a combination of him and the crossbar kept out the initial effort from Costa, but then Alonso buried it.
This is how not to defend a wide play. Look how late Koscielny is going out. Pedro's got all the time to knock the ball in, and this is a brilliant ball in. Bellerin tries to lean into the centre forward to put him off, hits the crossbar with a great header, and Alonso follows it in. There's always going to be one winner there. Takes a whack, I think, Bellerin. Falls funny. I think he's all right now, he's up, but it's not a foul for me. But it's how that goal comes about, Arlo. You've got a wide player closing the Moses down, the ball's played down the side.
To try and get on the end of this service from Mesut Ozil. And it goes, and it just beat the first man, Luiz, and Koscielny. Similar area. Costa with the initial header, helped on its way by Cahill. Coquelin.
Your arm up as a bit of leverage to protect yourself as well, I think.
Pedro into Costa, into the penalty area. Diego Costa on the right foot, side netting.
Well, Koscielny does well in the end, pushes him wide. Watch how he cuts the angle that he's got the shot. It goes down the outside of him, he keeps pushing him wide. Very difficult to get that across the goalkeeper from there. Just going back to the incident.
It's good patience by Moses, actually. When he looked up, Hazard had just gone into an offside position.
Alonso, the cut back, the first time effort straight at Cech, and he spills it for the corner. Pedro had the effort with the left foot.
Just watch how wide Alonso is. No one within 20 yards of him. And that pull back. Arsenal got men back. No
in this corner.
Taken to the corner of the area to Coquelin, back to Ozil. To the edge, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, that's a good ball, the header comes in! What a save by Courtois, beautifully worked by Arsenal. Gabriel, the substitute, with a thumping header.
Well, I think it's Pedro, far post, plays everybody onside. Chelsea come up there. You just see Pedro at the bottom of the screen.
Costa, but then runs into Hazard. There's the flick to Pedro. Costa's continued his run, and Mustafi had spotted it. Down, Here's Iwobi. Once again, Monreal on the overlap to the byline. There's the chip. Could fall here for Coquelin. Here's Ozil on the left foot. What can he do? Mesut Ozil with a shot. Courtois is down.
Well, you really fancied Mesut Ozil to hit that far corner. It looked like he was setting up for one of his, almost like one of his crosses he hits in from that right-hand side. Just open your body up, whip it into the far corner. He tries to do the keeper with his eyes.
Alonso's arm. And as you heard at half-time, Carl Martino, Robbie Mustoe, feeling it wasn't a foul. Graham and Lee, who called it at the time, feel likewise. Alonso making the run. Edge of the area is Hazard. Shrugs off Walcott. Then the shot is too high. With yet another challenge, this time on Mesut Ozil. He's got Costa down the middle. Far side is Hazard. Diego Costa, the flag is up on the near side.
Well, there's one relieved man on that pitch, and that's Mesut Ozil, because...
Costa with a header, nicely into the feet of Hazard. And he's on his own here. He's been trapped by Coquelin and shrugs him off. Play on, says Martin Atkinson. Eden Hazard. What a goal this would be. Hazard scores! Sensational from Eden Hazard. He would not be denied. At this rate, Chelsea are going 12 points clear of Arsenal in the title race. The big boss is happy. Roman Abramovich celebrates. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 0.
Well, it's wonderful play by Hazard. The first interception there, the jump between Costa and Koscielny. He shrugs Coquelin off, and then the Arsenal defence are backing off. Looks like there's no communication, understanding between those two centre-backs at all. And he just keeps going, Hazard. It's excellent strength. He's positive in what he does. And he just forces those two back.
Oh, I think that's Conte's best of the season. Delirium at Stamford Bridge. He's even hugging the stewards on the sideline, and he's Eden Hazard. Here come Arsenal, though. It's just over the head of Walcott. Conte has described Eden Hazard as just
moved off the ball 2 or 3 times. It's because the Chelsea midfield are running past the Arsenal midfield, not strong.
Inching away down the left-hand side. Walcott arriving at the near post. There's the cross in! Kane. Here comes the cross. Well, with the header! It's an excellent save by Courtois. That was heading for the corner.
Well, when I see the ball in from Mustafi, I thought it's a bit flat, a bit behind players, but Robert gets an excellent little glancing header, and that's a brilliant Courtois.
Ozil in, free header at the near post, and it goes wide. And Mustafi, who scored his first Arsenal goal recently against Burnley, very disappointed.
But suddenly Chelsea are caught out a little bit. Mustafi gets a run on Matic. He's just ahead of the near post and gets a bit too much on that. Can't direct it towards the near post. Courtois in a good position on that one. The one before, it was a proper flap, wasn't it? It's a really scramble across the goal to get hold of that.
Check with a mistake. Fabregas with the line. Well, he doesn't celebrate, says Fabregas. It was gifted to him by a Chelsea legend, and a former Arsenal player lobs in number 3. Emphatic scoreline now for the table toppers. They will be 12 points clear of Arsenal. Chelsea 3, Arsenal 0.
Well, it's been emphatic in the end, and just Cech gets caught out. Shanks run off the edge of his foot, and Fabregas has got the presence of mind. We know how good he is on the ball, but he sees a pass before it's even. He already knows what he's doing. It looks like the ball bounces back straight out, but it hits the camera behind the goal. This is the camera it's probably going to hit. Eventually.
He did ever so well because the ball to him was back.
Fabregas again. There's the chip, there's the header, and there's the save. It was Alonso who got forward, who opened the scoring early in the first, effectively in the English League ladder. Non-league side who have reached that stage of the FA Cup. Here's Costa. Back post is Azpilicueta. He went for goal. He went for that top corner. From a Chelsea perspective. Antonio cries Stamford Bridge. And here's a chance for a consolation. And in it goes. Olivier Giroud, super cross from Nacho Monreal. Arsenal on the score sheet in stoppage time.
Well, certainly in the second half, the few occasions they've looked dangerous, Arsenal, it's been in wide areas. And they've just managed to move Chelsea players out of the way. A little bit disorganised at the back, Chelsea, possibly because of the subs. It's an excellent ball in, and finally Arsenal get 3 players along the 6-yard line. It gives you a chance, doesn't it? And Giroud there, striker's instinct, finding the space, knowing where the goal.
Ozil on the left foot, slides it into the penalty area. The flag has stayed down. Danny Welbeck fizzes it across, and it'll go out on the far side. Their lead at the top over Spurs will be 12 points. The header from Mustafi straight to Courtois, and that should be it. Spurs kick off later, 12:30 Eastern. We'll be there for the game between Tottenham and Middlesbrough. All eyes on Martin Atkinson, and he blows the whistle. Emphatic from the league leaders. Antonio Conte has masterminded a quite sensational turnaround at Stamford Bridge. It started with the 3-0 defeat and the change of system against Arsenal in September, and it continues with a 3-0 victory over the Gunners here at Stamford Bridge in the sunshine.